Hello everyone, this is Raj Kumar Mondi and today I am going to teach you chapter 5 Landforms of the Earth. These are basically my notes and you can also refer to my notes for this chapter. So first is landforms of the earth. What do you mean by landforms? Different forms of land are known as landforms such as mountain, plateaus and plains. These all are called landforms. What do you mean by geomorphology? It's the study of Earth's relief. These all are called Earth's relief. The study of Earth's relief is known as geomorphology. Okay. So, what do you mean by orogenic? Orogenic means the process. Orogenic means the process of mountain building movement is called orogenic. And what do you mean by orogeny? The time or period for the formation of mountain is known as orogeny. And this is the basic difference between orogenic and orogeny. Orogenic means the process of mountain building movement and orogeny means the time or period taken for the formation of a mountain. What do you mean by mountain? Mountain is an elevated land height more than 600 meter with peak and steep slopes. Mountain is let us take it as a land. So mountain is an elevated land. Due to crustal instability it forms. Mountain is an elevated land height more than 600 meter. Height more than 600 meter. It contains of steep slopes. These are steep slopes and with a peak, with a pointed peak. Okay, with a peak. This is called the peak. Next question. What classification of mountain on the basis of their period? First came Caledonian period. It takes about 350 million years. Okay, its duration is what? Duration is 250 million years. And second comes Hyrcanian period. Its duration takes about 240 million years. And next is Alpine period, duration 30 million years. So these are the classifications of mountain on basis of their period. Now, on what types mountain can be categorized? Mountains can be categorized on the basis of their upliftment, accumulation, deposition of sediments and erosion. These all properties we can categorize a mountain. Now, how many types of mountains are there? There are 4 main types of mountain. 4 main types of mountain. They are fold mountain, block mountain, residual mountain and volcanic mountain. So we are going to study about the type of mountain in detail now. Before studying about the types of mountain, it is very important for us to know what is a mountain system. What is a mountain system? A group of mountain ranges or series of mountain ranges are known as mountain system. Like this, a group of mountain ranges or series of mountain ranges are known as mountain system. Now, we are coming to classification of mountains. What do you mean by fold mountain? Mountain which consists of upfold and downfold. Mountain which consists of anticline and syncline. This is called anticline and this is called syncline. Okay. A mountain which consists of anticline and syncline. Anticline means upfold, syncline means downfold, are called fold mountains. And how are they formed? We are going to see mountains. Those mountains are formed when two continental plates collide with each other. Like this is a plate and this is a plate. When they due to some crustal instability, they come near to each other and they collide with each other. The plates collide and their edge, these are the edge crumbles and they fold mountains, and it helps in the formation of fold mountains. Okay. Crust is uplifted, forming folds on the top of the other. I told you this. Now, most important examples of fold mountains are Alps in Europe, Andes in South America, Himalayas in India, Rockies in North America, etc. Now, classification of fold mountains. There are two types of fold mountains are there: young fold mountains and old fold mountains. Mountains those are formed nearly or approximately 25 million years ago are young fold mountains. Mountains those are formed nearly or approximately 250 million years ago are old fold mountains. Now, young fold mountains have high elevation, steep slopes with many peaks. Okay, and old fold mountains have low elevation, moderate slopes due to excessive erosion. Young fold mountains are like this, and old fold mountains are like this. So you understood the basic difference between them? Now, most important examples of young fold mountains are Himalayas, Andes, Rockies, Alps. These are the examples of young fold mountains. And the most important examples of old fold mountains are Ural in Russia, Atlas, Aravalli in India, Appalachian in North America, etc. Now, the features of young fold mountains. Now, the features of young fold mountains. Young fold mountains, they consist of many parallel ranges with deep valley. Okay, and they have intermontane plateaus. What are intermontane plateaus? Plateaus, this is a plateau and which is surrounded by mountains. Are known as intermontane plateaus. Okay. Plateaus are surrounded by mountains. Young fold mountains have more crustal instability because they are formed 25 million years ago, are called young fold mountains, and because of the crustal instability only, it helps with the formation of young fold mountains. Okay, so they have more crustal instability. They have narrow gorges, canyons, and high waterfall. Okay, and they have also glacier activities that attract tourists to notice the natural beauty. Now, distribution of young fold mountain belt. There are two types of young fold mountain belt: circum-Pacific belt, mid-world mountain belt. Now, we come to our second classification, that is block mountains. What do you mean by block mountains? And how are these formed? Mountains, those are formed due to upliftment of land on either side of the parallel cracks are called, on the surface area, are called block mountains. Like this is a land and there is a crack between them, and when and this part of the land uplifts on either side, either this side of the parallel crack, either this side of the parallel, this is the crack, either this side of the parallel crack or this side of the parallel crack. So mountains those are formed due to upliftment. Mountains those are formed due to upliftment of land on either side of two parallel cracks are called, on the surface area, are called block mountains. Examples of block mountains. Examples of Black Forest in Germany, Vosges in Rhineland, Black Forest in Germany, Vosges in Rhineland, and African Rift Valley, and Narmada Valley is an example of Rift Valley, and Satpura and Vindhya Range in India belong to block mountains. Now, here we come to our third topic, that is residual mountains. What do you mean by residual mountains? Mountains those are formed due to excessive erosion by external agents are known as residual mountains. Okay. Now, most important example of residual mountains are Sierras of central Spain, Mesas and Buttes of the western plateau of USA. Now we are going to study about the and significance role and significance of mountains. They act as a climatic barrier. Here is rain. They help in the rain also. They act as a climatic barrier and they are source of many rivers. Example, our Himalayas are the source of many rivers. So, they are source of many rivers. They are storehouse of minerals. They protect us from enemies. Like Himalayas is the boundary between China and India. They protect us from our enemies. Now, we come to our next concept, plateaus. What do you mean by a plateau? Plateau is a flat tabular top. Both the sides consist of steep slopes. Plateau is a flat tabular top. Both the sides consist of steep slopes. Okay, you understood what is plateau? Now, the types of plateau. Diastrophic plateau. Diastrophic plateau is not in your course. Just remember they occupy large areas. And the main in your course there are intermontane plateau and volcanic plateau. Now we are going to study about them in detail. What do you mean by intermontane plateau? Plateaus that are surrounded by mountains are known as intermontane plateau. I told you before also, intermontane plateau means this is a plateau and they are surrounded by mountains. They are called intermontane plateau. Example are Tibetan plateau, Anatolian plateau, Bolivian plateau, Colorado plateau and Mexican plateau. These are the examples, and Tibetan plateau is also known as the roof of the world. Now, what is volcanic plateau? Plateaus those are formed due to accumulation of sediments during volcanic eruption outside the earth crust are called volcanic plateaus. So, here what is want to tells us that during volcanic, let it be a volcano and it is erupting lava. Okay, so accumulation of sediments. The volcano is erupting. Accumulation of sediments during volcanic eruption outside the earth crust. This is inside the earth crust and this is outside the earth crust. Okay, outside the earth crust are called volcanic plateaus.